to another project with A Guy and His Projects. Today we have my 2006 Nissan Frontier. I've done a few projects on this truck. If you want to see them, I will link them throughout the video and the little job card thingies up here, as well as down below in the description, so don't have to click on those and miss half this video. Just click on them down below or check them out. But today we're doing the PCV valve. That needs to be replaced. It's time. This truck has over 228,000 miles on it, and it's still the stock PCV valve. It looks to me like this is going to be a slight pain in the butt to do, but not impossible and not overly difficult from what I can tell. We're going to find out. You're going to find out with me. You'll be here the whole time. So anyway, let's get started. Okay, so the PCV valve on this truck, if you come to the front of the truck, you find your battery, your fuse boxes. I don't know how I'm going to get the camera back there, but you come in up here. But essentially, you follow this hose right here. You follow that to the other end, which is right back here. And let's see. Okay, so not this bad boy right here, but this guy way back here. This guy right here. That's your PCV valve. We gotta get that out and replace it without taking the engine out or the body off the truck. That's a joke. No way I'd do that. Okay, you're gonna get your needle nose or your pliers or whatever you got to get this hose clamp off. Just squeeze it together, pull it out of the way. It can be difficult. It's kind of an awkward spot to get to be totally honest. And I played with this for a lot longer than I show in the video. After I got the clamp off, I still couldn't get the hose off. It was kind of solidified together. This is an old hose, old truck. It's got 229,000 miles on it, and it did not want to come off, so I used a screwdriver to pry it off. I would not recommend doing this unless you have a new hose to replace the old one with, because it's likely you will ruin it. At this point in my head, I had already decided to buy a new hose, and I wanted to finish the project, so I went ahead and continued on. And there it goes, pops off. Okay, so now you have the nipple for your PCV valve right there. At this point, we're going to go ahead and get our new valve out. We're using this PCV 2390. It's a PTC. Try not to throw it on the floor if you can. Ooh, too late. That's your new one. That's what it looks like. Only reason I'm pulling this out is so I can figure out what size to set my crescent wrench to. Not normally necessary, but this is a cramped spot, so just trying to be efficient. Go back down in there with your crescent wrench. Once you break it loose, which is harder or easier said than done, it's kind of difficult to get that wrench in there, and then you can only move it about a 1/16 of a revolution per movement, and then pain in the butt, took forever. But once you break it loose, you can get your hands in there and unscrew it that way. That's your old one. Compare it to your new, make sure it looks similar. I would recommend putting some oil on that O-ring of the new one. It'll just keep it lubed up, hopefully keep it from leaking, as my old one was. Screw it back in. And like I said, being able to only move it a 1/16 of an inch or a 1/16 of a revolution or so at a time, it was super difficult, super frustrating, and I dropped my crescent wrench more than once. So tie a string to it. Makes it a lot easier to retrieve it later. And tighten her up. That's your hose. Just make sure it's clear and clean. My new one has not arrived at this point, so I had to go ahead and install the old one back in. And as mentioned, it was super brittle and crusty, and I split both ends on the nipples when I went back in. So at this point, I went ahead and finished anyway because the new one wasn't going to be for a day or so.
Put your clamps back on. And if you did this project yourself, you just saved $100 or so. This is the new hose, finally came in. I got it on. It's way more flexible. Went on super easy, like smooth butter. But like I said, do this yourself. Save yourself $100 or so. It's not that hard. A little bit cramped, but not that hard. And you get satisfaction of having done it yourself, which is always good.
And there you have it, another project with a guy and his projects. If you liked what you saw and you want to see more, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Leave me a thumbs up so that I know I'm doing a good job. If you guys keep watching my videos, I'll keep making them. These are projects I'm doing regardless of whether I do a video or not. I am doing the video to help you out. So if you want to see more, let me know, because, well, it's way easier to do it without the camera. So, that being said, subscribe, like, share, and comment a positive comment down below to let me know what you think. That being said, we'll see you next time.